Alright, welcome back to another sad reality tonight, and I'm gonna start off with tonight by saying, oh my gosh, yesterday's video sucked. If it wasn't just my inability to focus and the actual gameplay, so I was playing Pressure last night, and for starters, the game was so buggy. In fact, we had invincibility bugs for 90% of it. The second half of it was, yeah, it's an all attack. I remember how to play this game, vaguely. But, so not only were there super bugs like that, but there was, my screen was, like, glitched out for half of it, where it was just, I think, a collision issue in the game, so my screen was, like, constantly jerking around for the last third of the video, maybe. I look back on that and I'm like, man, that sucked. But you know what sucked worse? Probably my commentary, honestly. So, I look back at that and I'm like, man, that kind of sucks, you know? We all have shortcomings in life. And today, that's why we're going to fix that, because I'm here with someone who's been on the channel a few times. Do you want to say something, I suppose?
Hi, hi,
Yeah.
to me again. It's me.
So, he's here again. He, him, the guy, who's we're not going to name, you'll just have to figure it out. Gold Soldier cannot bleed. Oh yeah,
Okay.
undead types can't bleed.
I'm mystery person. in this
Mystery
channel.
person. Yeah, mystery
Yeah.
person with an Estonian accent. Skip,
Yeah.
we don't care about the story. What story? I'm here for the combat. There's like quests and stuff as well. I think I saw this game, I don't know if it's Cool Math Games or like Kaiza or Kizi or whatever. But gosh, this is forever ago and I remember playing this game. And I still think it's actually a decent game. You can play it on mobile, by the way. It's called Lethal War RPG. But, so White, you know what you're here to fix tonight? Do you know which of my shortcomings you fix?
I don't think I can fix you, to be
Correct.
honest.
But, nobody can. Anyways, it's more so a matter of I suck at talking about things by myself, and I'm sure people have figured this out. But, so yesterday I invited a few content creators to, like, play Pressure with me, and I was like, maybe we're gonna talk. And, I'm like, hey, if y'all don't want to talk, you don't have to talk, whatever. But then being content creators, I kind of expected them to be involved in the conversation and all that. And they weren't, and I was like, I'm just talking to myself, playing Pressure, trying to show them how to play Pressure for the first time. And also talk about, things that I like on YouTube or don't like on YouTube, just general content. But, I kind of failed to do that. I was like, man, that video sucked. So, I'm gonna find a way to die here as well. I forgot, this game's like actually kind of balanced, and by balance, I mean you can die to the bosses and stuff, so I can't just kill things willy-nilly. I'm gonna die here, aren't I? Oh, that's really bad though. He's stunned. Okay,
Poison.
I think I don't lose if I do this. He moves first. He didn't attack him, I'm so glad. Okay. Still dies to that. Weak health potion. Oh, who goes first? 4 HP. Oh my gosh. Okay, so we're not dead. Jeez. But yeah, I can't really keep a conversation going by myself. And that's something I just wish I was better at, but I just don't think it's one of my strengths in life, you know? So with content creation in general, I feel like I really have to, oh yeah, I forgot these were upgradable and all that. Iron Blade. Each of these has, like, upgrades and different types of armor, different elemental stuff as well once you get deeper into the game. I'm not sure how deep we're gonna get into it tonight, but I think tonight might be a little bit of, like, maybe a 20-minute video, we'll see. But anyways, that's just one of my shortcomings in life. I can't content create by myself to save my life. That's why I script, that's why I do other things, and I feel like that's kind of what this channel's taught me. I think we're almost 100 videos into this channel as well, which is crazy to think about. And still at exactly 6 subscribers. Can you believe that? Man, I was kind of disappointed after yesterday, though, because I was like, not only did the gameplay suck, I just felt like everything sucked, not to mention Pressure being one of my favorite games this year. It just wasn't enjoyable.
You like Sebastian?
Yeah. I just wasn't able to do what I wanted to do with that. So here we are, you know, that's being one of the shortcomings I want to talk about. But there were a few other things I was thinking about tonight, and I was like, let's just make this video talking about ways that I've fallen short, ways that I'm a failure. And that's like always a good talk about, you know, self-deprecation. Gotta love it. Also, I like the music, just not that much. Turning off the music. Because I like being able to focus, and apparently I can't focus to save my life, as I have said. Potions, basic heal tome. Wow. RPGs, can you believe it? I don't know if this is a combat instance or not. I think it's a combat instance. Okay. Can we run from this? I think I'm actually bound here. I don't think I have any spell tomes I can... Well, we'll see if this kills me, I suppose. Bleed doesn't actually do anything. Like, only 21 damage, not the worst thing in the world. But the next shortcoming I was going to talk about was, so tonight another friend trying to mod Beat Saber. And I think Beat Saber's cool. Big fan of the game. I used to really enjoy it. Modding, I will say that was an absolute pain and a half. You boot up the game one day, and it'd be totally fine. And then the next day, they would update like 2 things. Like, it'd be a small patch, and everything would somehow find a way to break itself. And I was like, man, why? Like, for a game that I like so much, it's so simple. You just hit blocks with 2 sabers, 2 swords, 2 claws, to whatever you've modded the game to make them look like. And then everything would break. And trying to teach people things that I understand and they don't, or also going through the motions again of trying to relearn things, especially in a system as jank as that, it's kind of frustrating, honestly. And it's funny because I feel like people want me to teach them things, like I've given people calculus lessons on numerous occasions, even going back to 2021, I believe. Pretty sure, yeah, it was 2021, gosh.
The ancient year.
Yeah. There's this one girl I was
2021.
teaching calculus in Discord voice chat super late at night. It was like 3 in the morning or something. I just had graphs pulled up on Desmos, and I was like, yeah, so this is a derivative. You take this graph, and you're like, what's the slope of this graph at this point? Well, a derivative has its own graph, and all sorts of fun things, you know? You successfully defeated the remaining undead in this camp. There was one more camp to the southeast. This game's about killing a bunch of undead things because they keep popping up, so classic D&D. Classic. Just don't have any meat to feed the pet with, because you also get like different pets, and there's all sorts of cool things you can do with that. Upgrade. Upgrades, people. Upgrades. I remember one of the things that took me a while, though, was upgrading these things to max, is you'd have to click all the buttons to just keep spamming the upgrades. But for all the people that want me to teach them things, something that I really can't figure out in life is why things make sense to me and they don't make sense to other people, or when I tell people to try things, they don't want to try things, or when people don't want to think things through. I used to joke with people and I'd say, like, low intelligence pisses me off, and the thing with comedy is there's usually some merit or truth to the joke, so take that as you will. But I want to teach people things, right? Or want to experience things with people or show them things, and then get mad at them when they're not able to understand it. I'm like, maybe this is why I'm lonely. You know, I see that as a shortcoming in my life as well. I feel like that's, I don't know if that's relatable to anyone else, but something I definitely have thought about for a long time now. It's not like it comes up super frequently. Usually I'm in a mood prior to things like that happening, and then it just kind of compounds. Like, today work sucked, and then that happens, and then I'm like, okay, well, moods get worse, I suppose. He's about to cast a lightning bolt or something, so he's hopping around all happy. It's smited. Trying to think if there are any other major ones. But there's plenty of things I could think of that I'm just like, man, I could do so much better with this. I could be more patient with people. I could put on a bigger smile at work. And I feel like there's a level of being the guy we all want to be versus who we actually are. And I know people are like, well, don't change yourself for this and that, but I think it is kind of important to realize that we do all have shortcomings, like we're not perfect, but then on top of that, think that there are ways we can still do things better. So I feel like without that, we just kind of sit here in silence and twiddle our thumbs and don't really do much. Um, like, YH,
Are
you want
you
to talk
sure?
about? Yeah, I was gonna say you want to talk about that YouTube channel you never started.
Yeah, me and my friend never did it. Because no, one reason was because he didn't have a computer anymore.
Oh, he doesn't have a
That's the
computer
reason.
anymore right now.
Yeah, he doesn't have a computer right now. His old one is like really bad. He can't literally do anything on it. So he's collecting money to like get a new computer, basically.
Mhm. That feels like kind of the same situation I was in. That's why I don't really edit for myself because my computer's not really able to. So I was thinking about that too. At some point, I'm gonna make a video on the main channel. It's like, well, can anyone be a YouTuber? The answer is no. I feel like big YouTubers want to be like, yeah, anyone can do this. You gotta believe positive messaging, and I'm like, no, it's not really true. So you have to have there is like kind of a minimum entry requirement of you have to edit stuff, you have to put time into it, you have to have friends to show stuff to, and people that actually stick around and think that you're interesting. Otherwise, you can't do it. And this channel is kind of living evidence of that. Um, like that's why I didn't show anyone the channel just to see would YouTube naturally do things. The answer is no. For anyone curious, so far, um, I'd love to pull
We
up
do have
some.
6 subscribers.
Yeah, but that's not changed any in the past month. And views have been
Oh,
at like 20 every day or so. Like the main channel has videos that get hundreds of views every day, just by comparison.
damn.
And like those have been up for over a year now, some of those. But I guess kind of the point with that is life does happen, especially with YouTube or other things. But we can't just accept things the way they are. Like we still have to try. We have to start somewhere. And like even if you and that friend don't have anything going right now, that doesn't mean you can't start or can't try or can't work towards those things anyways. And again, I compare this channel to the other channel so much. I think for me that's always been kind of what I've learned from this so far is I like scripting things. I like doing things my way. I can't do things the way everyone else does them, you know? And it's hard, but we still got to keep trying. Like I gotta go back to doing the old stuff. Otherwise, it's gonna drive me crazy just sitting here doing this. I'm gonna keep doing this for the full years. I promised myself I would, and I guess we'll see where it goes after that. Um, but it's a learning experience too. But besides it just being a learning experience, I feel like we also have to actually learn things, put it to use for it to actually be something worth learning from. You know, lore, gameplay, quests, cool stuff. I guess. Anything else you want to add on top of that, though? Do you think there's anything else I suck with that you want to talk about as well? So I feel like that's a funny one. It's kind of hard to always identify those things yourself. It's easier to hear it from other people sometimes.
Mm, oh no, let me think. I'm doing a big think right now.
The big think, the thinker.
I
It's also
think
hard for people to be honest with you sometimes and be like, oh yeah, you suck at this, or oh, you can do this better, or that. Like when I think of this Discord server as a whole, I'm like, man, I'm a failure, and here's why. I used to host events, I used to do all sorts of really cool things, and I haven't in forever. Um, that's not because I
you used to
can't.
do.
It's because I've just chosen not to. Like there's been other things I've wanted to do, and I just haven't had the motivation that I used to have for that. And to me, that's sad because it's not like there's anything stopping me from doing it. It's like even worse than being in the situation where with YouTube you're like, oh, I can't do this because I don't have the computer. Well, I have all the resources to make events and people hang out and all sorts of things. I just choose not to, you know. So that's another shortcoming. Yeah,
What
I don't
was
know.
this VR chat instance you did?
Yeah. So we've also had a few VR chat nights, and I swear every time we go to host one of these, or every time I go to host one, because nobody else hosts any events, like in order for anything to happen, I actually have to make it happen, otherwise it just doesn't happen. And people either don't show up on time, or they're just like, yeah, yeah, I'll come hang out with us, and they don't, or people drift, and do kind of whatever they feel like, or people get excited about things and then they're not as excited the night of, and I'm like, why? Why is this the way it is? That's something I definitely get frustrated with. I think there's the actual reason of that being people want to do things in the moment, and then if you wait a night or two to plan things out, to let it sit, to think about the idea, people just become, uh, I guess they sort of have a falling out with the idea, or like, I'd rather play Elden Ring instead of VR chat. I'd rather play any other game out there, you know? It's like wanting to socialize one moment, then the next moment, I don't really need it, you know? So, but yeah, I was just super upset with yesterday, so I was like, man, I need people to keep a conversation going, because clearly I can't do it myself. And even sometimes the random pauses or breaks, like, it's hard for me to talk to
I did
myself.
not know you had another YouTubers on your thing, your content creators.
I'm sorry?
I didn't know you had another video with content creators in it.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't actually call them content creators, truthfully. I mean, they both stream, and by stream, I mean the last time they did that was months ago, so it's like, I'm a streamer without the
Mm.
streaming part, you know? Like small streamers. I woke up and then I was tired, so I didn't stream today, and then I went back to bed. Uh, it's that kind of content creator, you know? Not to throw shade, but that's the sad reality of it, you know? Um, like, not everyone can do that. Not everyone can be a content creator. We call ourselves that, but it is what it is, I suppose. So, like, I wouldn't say it was anything special. There are people that I do think are special, or people that I'm not sure there's merit to. I mean, maybe there's merit to the success they've had, or the people that have been more successful than me. I definitely want to learn something from. But beyond that, it's always been a matter of you don't know until you actually see it or witness that level of success, you know? Um, I guess maybe too, being a little harsh on people, it's more like you don't know when they're going to be successful until it happens, and then all of a sudden you appreciate them for it. Really easy example for that. So I don't know if I've told you about this, but I'm number 4 in the company. I thought it was the country, but now I'm number 4 in the company as a whole for credit card sales at the moment, and that's cool and all. But
You mean the entire country?
the
You mean
entire
the entire
company,
company?
yeah, which is I think international. I think. I thought he said country, but
I
he
own
said company. So
a company.
and it's funny because like I people are like, oh, you like the attention from this other stuff, and it's like it's cool, but when your boss is like almost 50 years old and he's sucking up to you and you're 21, I'm like, it just feels weird, you know. I don't mean it in a bad way
21.
either. Like, I think he's a great guy. He's done a lot of stuff he doesn't need to do for his team or my coworkers or anyone else. But I can pretty much guarantee I wouldn't be treated the same way if I wasn't as valuable, if that makes sense. So kind of to wrap that around to other content creators, you know, and even something I've experienced myself is people only really become super infatuated with you as a person or as a content creator once you become popular because they want a slice of that pie. They want to be in the action. People want to be in the videos or other things, you know. If someone can appreciate something when it's small, when it's not got much attention, these other, you know, like if you can appreciate something when it's little, you can appreciate it when it's much larger. So, and that's not something you're gonna find. Like, I'm really curious. I wonder if Mr. Beast has friends. When I say friends, like actual friends. The reason I say that is because I feel like everyone's like, "Yo, Mr. Beast, what's up? Can I have $100?" Yeah, right. Um, like I feel like when kids see him, they're just like, "Oh, it's the money guy. We need money from him," you know. Um, and I feel like that would suck to be in that position, honestly. Now it's not like he didn't put himself in that position, but I can't say I envy it any. Is there anything else you wanted to add on top of all that? You've had plenty of time to think. Are there any other shortcomings I have? Anything else, Which? Or are we gonna call that sad reality
Uh,
for tonight?
uh,
As my orchard gets smited.
uh, be honest, no, no, no.
I mean, it's fine.
I guess it could be that you like men, but I don't know.
It's crazy.
Crazy.
I do have a lot of stories about older women, especially at work, but that's like maybe that's a whole other own video. Like when I wrote down 100 things I just seen at the store. I don't know if I told you about that, but I was gonna make like a video, 100 things I learned in retail, and a lot of it was just gonna be talking about really dumb things that would happen at work. But
Little freaky woman. Woman.
insane. Anyways, I hope this video gets tagged as
Insane.
misogynistic the same way that happened to your friend's channel. But my
Yes.
point is,
Oh yeah.
my point in saying all of that was they would like, gosh, there's this one older woman who like kept Pokemon cards in her backpack, and then, like when women say, "Oh yeah, men are gross slobs," they don't keep things clean, and then I go in a fitting room after a woman was in there with like 20 clothes thrown on the ground. I'm like, really? Arg. Anyways,
Or
misogyny hour, I suppose. But thanks for bringing that up, I
misogyny
suppose.
woman.
Yeah, it's a shortcoming. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks for watching tonight's Sad Reality. No edits, no thumbnails, no nothing, no nonsense. It's all real. So we get canceled for this 20 years later. Am I right? Or am I right? So,
Yeah.
thanks for watching. Have a fantastic rest of your night, and I will see you in tomorrow's Sad Reality. Have a good one, y'all.
Bye bye.